All right, today we are on lesson 5, page 9 in your English workbook. If you will look at the top of the page in the yellow box, we're going to be talking about the subject of imperative sentences. Remembering that an imperative sentence gives a command. It usually ends with a period. And in an imperative sentence, you, the word you, is understood to be the subject. The person doing the action is always understood to be you. The word you may or may not be in the sentence. If the sentence begins with the verb, we're understanding that the you or the person that verb is doing the action, is the person doing the action. When a command is given with strong feelings, then it could end with an exclamation mark. We've learned all along that commands end in a period. However, sometimes a command may require some excitement. For example, if there's a fire in the building and I'm telling the class to get out, I'm not going to go, okay, y'all, let's get out. I'm going to give a command with excitement and I'm going to say, get out! Exclamation mark, because there is a reason to show excitement or strong feelings in that sentence. We're going to look at the simple subject and the simple predicate in some different kinds of sentences before we actually do some of these imperative sentences. If I give you the declarative sentence, and I'm in the top box again, Andy makes delicious marshmallow treats. The subject of that sentence, who that sentence is about, is Andy. So it goes right here on the sentence diagram. And what does he do? He makes delicious treats. But I only want the simple subject, Andy, and I only want the simple predicate, makes. In the exclamatory sentence, wow, those treats taste great. Obviously, wow is not a subject. But treats, what we're talking about are treats. So they would go here. And what is it that the treats do? They taste great. So that is the simple predicate. Treats, taste. Now, in imperative sentences, which you have right there at the bottom section of the top box, make some marshmallow treats. Make is a verb. That's an action word. Our sentence is beginning with an action word, but something has to do the action. And in this case, we understand that something to be you. You make. So when the word you is not in the sentence, and we understand it to be the subject, you put it inside of parentheses, you make. Keep the heat low. There's some excitement there because you don't want to burn them. So there's an exclamation mark there. But also the word keep is a verb. So who keep the heat low? You would keep the heat low. So again, you would put you in parentheses, understood to be the subject of that sentence. You keep. All right. Now, the bottom section shows us, we're going to come and talk about that right here. In the bottom section in the guided practice, it wants you to write the simple subject of each sentence on the line and then circle which kind of sentence that it is. Number 1 says, I cleaned the table and the kitchen counters. Who is the subject of that sentence? I am. So in the blank, you're going to write the word I. And what is that sentence doing? What kind of sentence is that? Is it imperative? Is it telling you what to do? No, it's giving you some information. It's declarative. It's declaring something or telling. So it's a declarative sentence. Number 2 says, wow, the kitchen sparkles. Well, we see that there's an exclamation mark at the end of that. It's not a command, so it's exclamatory. And what is that sentence about? It's about the kitchen. So the word kitchen would be our simple subject that we would write on the line there. Number 3 says, find a large mixing bowl, a rectangular pan, and a saucepan. All right, so somebody's telling us what to do, right? They're giving us a command. You need to find a mixing bowl, a rectangular pan, and a saucepan. Who needs to find it? You need to find it. The word you is not there, but we understand it to be the subject of the sentence. So you would write the word you in parentheses there, and then it is an imperative sentence. In number 4, spray cooking spray into the rectangular pan. Again, a command is being given. Spray cooking spray. Who spray cooking spray? You spray cooking spray. It is an imperative sentence, so circle imperative. You need to make sure you do both parts of the directions. Number 5, don't get the spray in your eyes. There's an exclamation mark there, but it's also a command. It's telling us, don't get the spray in your eyes. So who don't get the spray in your eyes? You don't get the spray in your eyes. It's an imperative sentence. Now, at the bottom, again, we have a couple more diagrams to fill in. Number 6 says, find the measuring cup. So who is going to find the measuring cup? There's no subject in there, so we understand it to be you are going to find the measuring cup. And what is the verb? You find the measuring cup. And number 7, Daniel can bake the brownies tonight. So we see a subject in that one, don't we? It's not understood to be us. We see a person. Daniel is who that sentence is about. And Daniel can bake. Can is our helping verb for the action verb bake. All right. I want you to turn over to the back, and on page 10, you're going to do 1 through 5. Grab that page real quick. 1 through 5, or yes, you're going to do just like we did on the front. You are going to write the subject on the blank, and the subject could be the word you in parentheses if it's understood to be you. The subject might not be you. In fact, in one of those, it's not you, but in the rest of them, it is. If the subject is understood to be you, then it is an imperative sentence. So all the ones where you write you in parentheses on the blank line, you will circle imperative. And if it's not that, then it could be one of the other kinds of sentences. Down at the bottom, 6 through 9, you are going to underline the verb in each sentence 2 times. Number 6 says, stir the ingredients. The very first word in the sentence is stir. That's an action word. So we know it's the verb. Sentences don't usually start with a verb. They usually start with a noun or the subject of the subject part of the sentence. So we understand that stir is a verb, underline it twice, and put it in the verb part of the diagram. This is the verb part of the diagram, the second half, the second part of the diagram, and you would put you in parentheses. It's understood to be you. Apply and write, you will do, what do you eat for breakfast? Write several imperative, that's command sentences, telling someone how to make your breakfast. If you have cereal for breakfast, you might say, open up the box of cereal, pour it into a bowl, pour on the milk, eat it. But see, a lot of those sentences I wrote start with a verb. That means that there are several implied you as the subject in those imperative sentences. When you finish page 10, you will do extra practice sheet number 5 that is included in your packet of work. And that's all we'll do for today. Have a great day.